Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Theresa Nist wanted a home with Gerry Turner. He changed his mind. Golden Bachelor winner Theresa Nist is talking more about her marriage to Gerry Turner amid his revelation that he has incurable cancer. After Gerry's announcement and comments surrounding their separation, she shared a little more about their divorce. It seems a lot of it may have had something to do with where they would live. What did she share? Keep reading to find out more. Theresa Nist speaks out after Gerry Turner's diagnosis. On Wednesday, Golden Bachelor Gerry Turner shared with People that he was diagnosed with incurable bone marrow cancer earlier this year. He alluded that his unfortunate diagnosis is partly what led to his divorce from Theresa Nist. Gerry said once he knew he would not be able to cure this deadly disease, his outlook on life and his priorities shifted. He said it was still important to want to make things work out with Theresa. However, she became less of his focus and priority. He wanted to spend more time with his daughters and granddaughters. Theresa had a different outlook on his reasoning. When he told her he had cancer, she admitted she was very upset about it. However, she doesn't agree with him, saying it partly led to their divorce. She thought they were moving and building a home together. Theresa has not wanted to share very many details about their divorce and the real reasons behind their split. However, in this most recent interview, she did share more about their distance situation. According to what Theresa shared with People, Gerry had said he was sick of his Indiana lake house and wanted a change. They both were planning on selling their homes and moving to possibly South Carolina. However, she revealed that once he got home from filming and their wedding, he changed his mind. This caused a lot of disappointment on Theresa's part. She wanted a home together, not a long-distance relationship where they spent 6 weeks in one place and then 6 weeks in another. He said, no, let's do it 6 weeks here and 6 weeks there. And I didn't want to do that. I really wanted a home together. I wanted the joy of being in a home together and designing a home together. She continued, I really thought that was going to be phenomenal. I was looking forward to that so much. As for their divorce, she says the house situation was a part of it. However, she also shared that it wasn't the only reason, and for her, the cancer diagnosis had nothing to do with it. She said it's impossible to know someone in only 4 weeks, especially when they are not even able to spend very much time together. Another thing Theresa pointed out is that she was in no way trying to make Gerry move to South Carolina. It was up to both of them, and he changed his mind. Theresa Nist had always been a believer in the power of destiny. From the moment she met Gerry Turner, her heart told her she had found her forever. Their time together on The Golden Bachelor had been nothing short of magical. They danced under the stars, shared their deepest fears, and spoke of dreams yet to be fulfilled. But as the golden glow of the show faded, the reality of blending lives proved more challenging than either had anticipated. For Theresa, the challenge was worth it. For Gerry, it became a crossroads he hadn't seen coming. Theresa could still remember the day they first talked about building a life together beyond the cameras. It was during a quiet moment, away from the prying eyes of producers and fellow contestants. They had slipped away to the gaze, though, overlooking the sprawling mansion grounds. Gerry, ever the romantic, had held her hand and painted a picture of a future filled with laughter, grandchildren's visits, and cozy nights by the fireplace. I've always wanted a home that feels like a sanctuary, Theresa had confided. Not just for us, but for everyone we love. A place where the doors are always open, the coffee is always brewing, and the love is palpable in every corner. Gerry had smiled, his eyes lighting up with the same warmth that had drawn Theresa to him in the first place. I want that too, he had replied. I want a place where we can grow older together, where every day feels like a blessing. For months after the finale, their relationship blossomed. They spent weekends exploring charming small towns, visiting open houses, and envisioning how their lives would fit together. Theresa's grown children were thrilled for her, and Gerry's family welcomed her with open arms. But as they dug deeper into the logistics of merging two full lives, the cracks began to show. Theresa's idea of home was deeply rooted in her past. She had lost her husband years ago, and the home they had shared held memories she wasn't ready to leave behind. She envisioned finding a new place with Gerry, a blank slate where they could create fresh memories together. Gerry, however, was still tethered to his own home, a place that had been his sanctuary since losing his wife. It was where he felt closest to her, and the thought of leaving it behind filled him with guilt and hesitation. "I know it's just a house," Gerry told Theresa one evening over dinner, "but it's more than that for me. It's where I found comfort, even in my darkest moments. Moving feels like saying goodbye to her all over again." Theresa reached across the table and took his hand. "I understand," she said softly. "But isn't it also possible to honor her memory while building something new? I'm not asking you to forget her, Gerry. I'm asking you to let me in." For weeks they danced around the issue, each trying to compromise without fully giving up their own vision. Theresa suggested they keep Gerry's home as a vacation retreat, a place to visit when he needed to feel connected to his past. Gerry proposed that Theresa move into his home instead, arguing that it was large enough to accommodate both of their needs. But Theresa couldn't shake the feeling that moving into Gerry's home would mean stepping into someone else's life rather than creating a new one of their own. As the holidays approached, the tension between them grew. What should have been a season of joy turned into a series of difficult conversations. Theresa found herself questioning whether Gerry was truly ready to embrace a new chapter, or if he was still too anchored to the life he had before. Gerry, in turn, wondered if Theresa's insistence on a new home was less about their future and more about her own unresolved grief. It all came to a head during a visit to a picturesque farmhouse Theresa had fallen in love with. The house had everything they had talked about: a wraparound porch, a spacious kitchen, and plenty of room for family gatherings. As they walked through the rooms, Theresa's excitement was palpable. She could see their future unfolding there, every corner filled with love and laughter. But Gerry's expression remained neutral, his silence heavy. "What do you think?" Theresa asked, her voice tinged with hope. Gerry hesitated before responding. "It's beautiful," he said, "but it doesn't feel like home to me." The drive back to Gerry's house was quiet, the air thick with unspoken words. When they finally arrived, Gerry turned to Theresa with a look of anguish. "I love you, Theresa," he began, "but I don't think I can do this. I thought I was ready, but the truth is, I'm not sure I can leave behind everything that's tied to my past. And I don't want to ask you to give up what you want for me." Theresa's heart sank. She had known this moment might come, but hearing the words still felt like a punch to the gut. "So what does that mean for us?" she asked, her voice trembling. Gerry took her hand, his eyes filled with tears. "It means I'm letting you go," he said, "because I love you too much to keep you from finding the happiness you deserve. Maybe someday I'll be ready, but right now, I'm not the man you need me to be." The weeks that followed were some of the hardest of Theresa's life. She poured herself into her family, her friends, and her volunteer work, trying to fill the void Gerry had left behind. She missed him terribly, but she also knew he had been right. Their love had been real, but it wasn't enough to bridge the gap between their separate lives. Gerry, too, struggled with his decision. He spent countless nights questioning whether he had made a mistake, whether his fear of change had cost him the chance at a new beginning. But in the quiet moments, he also felt a sense of relief, as if a weight had been lifted. He wasn't ready to let go of the past, and he realized he needed to come to terms with that before he could truly move forward. Months later, Theresa and Gerry crossed paths at a charity event. The encounter was bittersweet, filled with hugs, smiles, and genuine affection. They spoke briefly, catching up on each other's lives, before parting ways once again. As Theresa watched Gerry walk away, she felt a sense of closure. She would always cherish the love they had shared, but she knew now that her future lay elsewhere. She had wanted a home with Gerry, but perhaps the home she was searching for wasn't a place at all. It was a feeling, a sense of belonging.